Yo, what's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your guy, Alex, coming back at y'all again. Another YouTube video. You know, I got a special one for y'all. Something simple though, you know. Something simple, sweet, nice. You guys gonna like it. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and comment down your opinions in the comment section, alright? Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Whoa. Hold up. Nah. There we go. Okay. Back to the... Okay, alright. Okay. So, the topic of today's video is who is the MVP of this season? MVP. Now, I've talked to a bunch of people about this, about what they feel also is who's the MVP is of this season. To me, in my opinion, it's not really close, but you know, people like who they like, you know. So here's how it is. Top 5 MVP candidates as of today on NBA.com. You have Giannis at number 1, LeBron at number 2. So far so good. Luka Doncic at number 3. I don't know about that. Luka Doncic at number 3. Okay, I don't know, but whatever. Jimmy Butler at number 4. That is a definite no. And then James Harden at number 5. All right. So, in my honest opinion, this MVP ladder is kind of off. First of all, LeBron James, he's not winning MVP. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. But LeBron James is not even going to be close to winning MVP, and it's really ridiculous how people think he is MVP. I get he's 35 years old, but there are facts to prove that he should not be in the conversation. All right. So here's the thing. Here's why Giannis Antetokounmpo is number 1, and why he's staying at number 1, and why it should not even be a discussion. So, first of all, considering the fact that his team has the best record in the league, this man is averaging 30 points, 15 rebounds, and about 5 assists, with over a block and a steal per game, shooting over 55% from the field. Yeah, those are pretty nice stats, you know, pretty nice MVP stats and everything. Some of you might be thinking, but James Harden's averaging like 30 and 8, averaging like 40. LeBron and Luka Doncic are averaging like a triple double, and all this and all this other stuff and everything. I'm like, all right, okay. Let me ask you something. Who does Giannis? What other superstar does Giannis Antetokounmpo have on his team? Who? I know y'all not finna tell me Chris. I know you're not finna tell me Chris Middleton. I know y'all not about to tell me Chris Middleton. All right, Chris Middleton is not a superstar. That's first. He's not a superstar. He's barely even an all-star for real. I mean, he doesn't have an Anthony Davis. He doesn't have a Russell Westbrook. He doesn't even have a Kristaps Porzingis on his team. This dude is in night in and night out, putting up 30 a game, 15 rebounds plus, playing all-star defense, elite defense every single night. You know what I'm saying? While you have LeBron. Okay, I'm about to get into why LeBron James should not be an MVP conversation at all. So last year, right? This guy LeBron James, with the Lakers team that he had, with Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram. He didn't have McGee last year. I don't think he had McGee. No, he did not have McGee last year. I forgot who their center was last year. Tyson Chandler or something. I don't know. But yeah, with the team that they had last year, it wasn't good. It was not good at all. I get that. It was not good at all whatsoever in there. And LeBron was nowhere near the MVP conversation. Like, he was nowhere near to be found. Like, he was never going to be thought about. There was no reason to put him in the conversation. It was always going to be Harden versus Giannis, and that was it. But the thing is, LeBron James' team last year when he was playing, went like 29 to 28, I believe, or something like that. That's not a good record at all. First of all, that's not a good record at all. And second, he didn't have Anthony Davis last year. So that's something you got to really take into consideration. Now the thing is, LeBron James this season is averaging like 25 points and like 10 assists. It's like the most assists he's ever averaged in his NBA career, which is really impressive to do at 35 years old, you know. But at the same time, if you think about it, they're kind of similar stats to what he's been putting up for his whole career and what he kind of put up last year. I think he averaged like 27, 8, and 7 last year. Those are pretty good stats and everything. And I know people are going to say, oh, he was injured. And okay, but he did come back though, right? Did he not come back? Did he not come back? I don't know if you guys were paying attention last season. There was oh my goodness, there was a few games last season that they lost simply because LeBron, nobody else. And you know how LeBron James led teams go. It's either LeBron or nothing. So if LeBron does good, it's everybody else's fault. If LeBron does bad, it's still everybody else's fault. So I don't want to hear like LeBron James, he's doing all this at 35 years old. He's been doing this his whole career, you know. And because now that he has Anthony Davis on his team, you expect me to think that he's MVP now? Yeah, the Lakers got a pretty good record. You know, they got a pretty good record. Yeah, that's kind of what you expect. That's kind of what you expect when you put an all-star, a superstar next to LeBron James. But that don't make him MVP because he put up the same exact stats he put up last season, this season, and then they have a winning record. That means he should be MVP? No. Okay. So here, all right. So that's why I think LeBron should not be in the MVP conversation. Now, James Harden. Oh my God. James Harden. Wow. Okay. You guys are probably gonna get mad at this. Yeah, this guy should be at least I'm gonna say 10th. That's going too far. He shouldn't be in the top 5 at all. He should not be in the top 5 MVP conversation because I mean it's really not that hard, man. This dude, he does the same thing every single season. He puts up these ridiculous scoring numbers. Last year was crazy with the scoring numbers. Had like 10 50-point games or whatever, 5 60-point games or something. He was going crazy last season. He's going even crazier this season. Okay, James Harden, we get it. You can score the basketball. We get it. You still don't play defense. We know this. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I have to be real. I have to be real with y'all. Playoff success shouldn't matter whether you're going to be in the MVP conversation or not. In the past, I'm gonna say 3 years, James Harden has completely disappeared in the playoffs. But he puts up these crazy stats in the regular season, and people want to compare him to Michael Jordan. The reason why Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, because of the 6 for 6. Nobody cares about what he did. I mean, bro, he has so many scoring titles, but everybody always brings up 6 for 6. You know, and I'm not saying James Harden needs to win a title to get some recognition for his career success and everything, but at the same time, dude, you're putting up these super crazy stats in the regular season. You should be doing this in the playoffs. You know what I mean? There should be no reason at all. Well, okay. In the playoffs, the pace does slow down and everything, but man, this guy struggles. He struggles in the playoffs like crazy. It's like he's like a god in the regular season, and then he changes to a whole different man in the playoffs. You know, like he doesn't change his game. He doesn't change his game at all. The defense figures him out like that. You're not going to get as many foul calls. It's just not going to work out for you. It's just not going to work out for you. So he needs to change the way he plays if he really wants to find some playoff success and everything. And another thing is, he does have Russell Westbrook on his team. I didn't think they were going to work out this season, but they have a pretty good record. They have a pretty good record right now, you know. But in the playoffs, that's not going to work. That stuff is going to flop. That stuff is going to just oh my gosh, I can't wait for the playoffs, man. I cannot wait for the playoffs. But yeah, James Harden is not MVP. He does the same thing. He fools you guys every single year. He does the same exact thing. He wants you to pick him for MVP, and then he puts up these crazy stats and everything. Nobody cares about that. You know, you'll get your recognition when you start winning playoff games and everything. But on to the next. Oh yeah, let me add this in. Okay, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis. Okay, so on NBA.com, this man is currently, he's not in the top 5, but he's number 6. He's number 6 right now. Okay, so Anthony Davis, this season, hold out the, give me a second. Anthony Davis, this season, is averaging 27. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. I'm fucking up. Hold up. Alright, okay, my bad. Anthony Davis is averaging 27 points and 9 rebounds a game. I believe on like 50% shooting and at least 2 blocks per game. Those are good stats. I'm not taking that away from those. Those are good stats. But you guys, you expect me to just sit up here and tell you that Anthony Davis is an MVP candidate? Like I said, he's been doing this for his whole career. He's been putting up these stats his whole career. It's not even his best season. This is nowhere near his best season. He's doing the exact same thing he was doing on the New Orleans Pelicans, but now is more impactful because he's on a winning team. People take appreciation for what he actually is doing because it's actually bringing in success than failure. The Pelicans did not know what they were doing with Anthony Davis. Alvin Gentry, he did not know what he was doing with Anthony Davis. You know, I mean, yeah, you're good stats, but my guy, you have LeBron. You have the greatest point guard of all time on your team. Are you serious? You kidding me? Nah. No, neither of them should be in the MVP conversation. Okay, their record is nice. That's cool. LeBron, and the only reason why LeBron is in the MVP conversation because he's 35 years old. I mean, he was just 34 years old last season. But because he's 35 this season and he's winning games, that he's MVP, right? No. Okay, next we have Luka Doncic. Okay, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop like now. Y'all need to stop with this. Okay, Luka Doncic is averaging damn near triple double, averaging like 30, 10, and 10 and everything. I'm not even gonna bash him on his game or anything. Like, I'm not bashing him at all on his game. All right, but hear me out. Right. All right. Luka Doncic right now is playing great basketball. It's not really anybody on his team and everything. Not really much on his team. Doesn't really have much going on. Kristaps Porzingis has really been a shell of himself and everything. But guys, we haven't seen this man do a thing. We haven't seen this man do anything at all. All right, we have not seen this man do anything at all. If you want to be in the MVP conversation, MVP should not be simply in the regular season. That holds a lot of value. MVP holds a lot of value when it comes down to the end of your career. When people look at the end of your career, they say, "Oh, this man has an MVP. This man's been really great," or whatever. You know what I mean? If you win MVP, you have to follow that up with a great postseason run. You can't just be named MVP and then, okay, you can go home and then that's it. No, that's not how that works. Okay, if let's say Luka Doncic, he's only in his second season, I say give him at least like till like his 4th year. If he's still doing this by his 4th year, okay, yeah, MVP conversations for sure, you know. But I'm not giving him nothing until he showed me some in the playoffs. First of all, they gotta make the playoffs first. I think they're like in the 6th seed or something. I mean, they probably are gonna make it, but you gotta show me something in the playoffs first. You know what I'm saying? Can you do this? It's all about, can you do this in what you did in the regular season, the dominance you showed in the regular season? Can you do it in the postseason? That's what really matters. That's what players get accounted for at the end of their career. You know what I mean? Let me see. Wilt Chamberlain. This man averaged 50 in the season. People don't even have him in the top 5. He only has like 3 championships or whatever. People have Bill Russell over Wilt Chamberlain. That sounds crazy because he has 11 championships. You know what I mean? Even though he wasn't as dominant as a player as Wilt Chamberlain was, he has 11 championships. That's what really matters. You know, Allen Iverson, he has an MVP, and he made it to the finals with a bum team or whatever. Bro, people already have James Harden over him, the top 5 shooting guards of all time. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but I don't really know why. I don't care though. You know what I mean? But as long as they don't put him over D Wade, we got a problem after that. All right, but yeah, I mean, it all comes down to what you do in the postseason. Can you follow your regular season performance up with a dominant postseason performance? You know what I mean? That's what really matters when it comes to the MVP conversation. You know? All right, so yeah, that's Luka Doncic. Then we have Jimmy Butler. Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about this because what are we doing here? First of all, the Miami Heat. I'm loving what the Miami Heat are doing. You already know, as you can see, I'm a Heat fan. You know, but yeah. This season it's been pretty cool for the Heat. It's been pretty cool. It's been some games we probably shouldn't have won that we have won. It's been some games that we should have won that we lost. You know, but that's what happens in the NBA. That's what happens. You know, I ain't really worried about that. But as far as Jimmy Butler being MVP, no, he shouldn't even be in the top 10, top 15. He should not even be anywhere near. Okay, the Miami Heat, they're winning because of what they have. The whole team collectively. Let me say something. Jimmy Butler's only averaging 20 points. Only averaging 20 points this season, okay? I know people, Steve Nash won the MVP back-to-back, didn't even average 20, you know what I mean? Okay, that's cool, but he was the reason for their all success. People are probably going to think Miami Heat didn't have a good record last season, okay? Didn't have a good record last season. Jimmy Butler comes in, and now they're second seed in the East. All right, that makes sense. That kind of makes sense. You know, what kind of happened with let me see, Steve Nash. Exact same thing happened with Steve Nash. Suns had a terrible record the season before they got Steve Nash. They get Steve Nash. They win 50 games. They get knocked out in the second round. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. Or whatever. But the difference between what Steve Nash and Jimmy Butler did, it was a whole it was a whole new team. I'm talking about for the Miami Heat. Whiteside is gone. What's his name? Josh Richardson is gone. Dion Waiters, he's not even playing. Bam Adebayo's inserted into the lineup. You had this dude named Duncan Robinson. You had this rookie Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero both balling their minds out at this moment. Kelly Olynyk, he's not in the starting lineup, so it's a whole complete different team that's playing on the court right now. It's not just Jimmy Butler over there. I can see Jimmy Butler was averaging like 25 a game. I'm like, okay, yeah, MVP for sure. MVP conversation for sure. But he's not even putting up MVP numbers to be in the conversation. Now, I watch a lot of Heat games. Okay? I watch a lot of Heat games. And it's been very, very clear to me that Jimmy Butler is he's no Dwayne Wade. That's for sure. He's no Dwayne Wade. I'm not talking about as far as popularity, as far as who runs the city, because there's nobody going to be able to take that role up when Dwayne Wade obviously Dwayne Wade has already left, but nobody's going to take that role up in history ever again other than Dwayne Wade. But I'm talking about as far as a player. I'm talking about as far as, okay guys, I got this. We've been playing good so far, but now I have to do this. I have to let me lead y'all. Let me take y'all home or whatever. I got this. He, as far as him, you know what I'm saying, predicting the game, seeing what's going to happen, basically foretelling the future, basically knowing what's going to happen in the end of the game. And obviously I'm talking about like clutch situations or whatever, because Jimmy Butler has been he's been hard to watch. He's been very, very hard to watch, making very, very bad decisions late in games and fourth quarters and everything, taking very bad shots, trying to be the guy. When I mean the guy, I mean obviously Wade left last minutes in the fourth quarter. You know, it's just a certain mentality that players think they have, that players want to have, because just because you take the last shot in the fourth quarter does not mean you should be taking the last shot in the fourth quarter. And just because you are taking the last shot does not mean you have that mentality of clutch. That is not no. It's the same thing with LeBron in a lot of situations has to take the last shot, because most of the times the ball is in his hand. Just because he is taking the last shot and at times he does make the last shot does not mean he is clutch. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, bro, when you think of clutch players, you think of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Those are players where you're just like, okay, we gotta get the ball in his hands. You know, you just gotta get the ball in his hands. And there's dudes like LeBron and Jimmy Butler who just like, okay, I gotta have the ball in my hands. Not for the simple fact that they think they can just do it all. It's just the simple fact he's like, okay, I gotta prove myself, whatever. And Jimmy Butler has not proven himself at all this season as far as being clutch. So we're gonna see what this team does in the playoffs now. If they stay on the pace they are right now and they get knocked down in the first round, yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad. That's not gonna be good at all. That's not going to be good. But yeah, that's why Jimmy Butler should not be MVP. And yeah, I did speak on Giannis. Oh yeah, front runner MVP, no question at all. Averaging like 30, 15, 5, 1 block, 1 steal, 55% from the field. You know, I know y'all gonna say something about his free throw percentage. I know y'all gonna say something about his free throws, but I mean, LeBron has won MVP with even worse free throw percentage. So I don't want to hear none of that. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be the end of the video today. Hope y'all enjoy. Leave y'all opinions down in the comments and everything. And yeah, I'll check y'all out. Deuces.